Hello guys, welcome to the latest episode of Every Platform and welcome to Norwich, where today we're on a Norfolk trip with flirts.
Flirtatious!
Today we have Davis Travels.
Hello.
And Cam J. Kerman with us, as well as 745 James Bond, which is actually hiding on the other side because that's 745 004.
Ah.
But we got 745 007 here, James Bond. Today on the plan we're going to be going on the Wherry Lines, both of the Wherry Lines, which are to Great Yarmouth and to Lowestoft. So we are entering Suffolk as well. So yes, the title might be slightly misleading, but the majority of the trip is in Norfolk.
That's right.
Yeah, there we go. Thanks, Cam. So today you'll be seeing services. It will be primarily Greater Anglia, although there's your glimpse of EMR for the day. There you go, that's all done. 158 777 and 863. They're doing the 0853 EMR service to Ely, whilst Greater Anglia are only going to Ingatstone today due to engineering works to London Liverpool Street, meaning that the replacement buses are not going anywhere near London Liverpool Street. Instead, they're going to Newbury Park like they always do. Now, I don't know this, and Cam can maybe give insightful knowledge. Why do they go to Newbury Park?
Because Newbury Park has the direct tube connection to Liverpool Street through the Central Line, and it's got enough space for a decent amount of replacement buses to all be sort of ready to go. Okay,
that makes sense. And Liverpool Street's roads are massively congested.
Yes.
So there we go. Too many route masters. Anyway, so yeah, if you do check out any updates on trips and posts, I can't get my words out. Check out my Facebook group and check out my Instagram for story updates. That's KTV Vids. So yes, and also my Twitter, KTVvids96. So without further ado, let's get started on today's episode of Every Platform here in Norfolk. Starting today at Norwich, where this station does see the start of most of the local lines, which go to Sheringham, Great Yarmouth, Lowestoft, and over to Ely, Cambridge and Stansted Airport, as well as to Liverpool Lime Street and London Liverpool Street with these lovely 745s. The station is now basically a flirt hub. It never used to be like that. There used to obviously be Class 90s and DVTs with the Mark 3s that used to run here to London Liverpool Street. There also used to be sprinters, so 156s and 153s as well as 170s. And probably the most notable thing at Norwich that you would have seen was a 37 doing the services to Great Yarmouth and Lowestoft. But it's all ceased now, and now it's flirt hub.
These glorious things.
They are a very big step up though from what, not saying the sprinters and all that were bad, but this is a big step up. The station itself is quite an old station. I believe the building is fairly old outside the station, but right outside Norwich is Crown Point TMD as well, which is where they store, I believe, all the flirts.
Yes.
745s and 45s.
Yes.
So yeah, Crown Point used to be where the 90s were also held as well, but departing out now, actually, whilst we're talking, is a service to Ingatstone. 0830. It's 745 004. There's 007, which brought us in from Ingatstone. We were up at 3:30 this morning to get this done, so commend us for that at least.
Yeah.
So we could have cancelled this trip because of the line being closed, but we really wanted to get Norfolk done. So yeah, we made the extreme effort to come out at 3:30 in the morning to get the Central Line from Ealing Broadway all the way to Newbury Park, to then get a replacement bus to Ingatstone, to then get the train to Norwich. And we're doing it all again later. So yes, update you soon. This is Norwich done, all in one click, nice and easy. We'll update you soon. Right, station number 2 of the day, Brundle Gardens. The station is actually located right next to on a private road, which you wouldn't really expect, and it's also extremely muddy, and there's a lot of very nice cars parked up in the area. It's a very rich area, it seems, which makes sense. So this platform for Yarmouth and Lowestoft, other platform for over footbridge. So this one here is for Yarmouth and Lowestoft, which is the direction we're heading. and over footbridge for trains to Norwich. So yeah, this station has been Greater Angliaified. And gates, as we open it, here it is. A very nice looking little station. Very quiet as well, and the footbridge is quite dated, but there we go. This has had a little bit of work done to it, maybe because the embankment over there has come apart, or come down a little bit. But yeah,
Subsidence, we love it.
I'll update you soon. But this station is Brundle Gardens. The station is also branded on the station sign as the Wherry Lines, and also been given the Greater Anglia treatment. So yes, it's a very small platform, but a very nice looking station. Our train is the 0943 to Great Yarmouth. We're going to wait for it. So, segment of today's video, and maybe other videos going forward, Cam's acknowledgements. So every time we're at a station and Cam's here, Cam may or may not acknowledge something at the station that he thinks is rather amusing, rather pointless, or just something that is worth notable about saying. Cam, what have you found about Brundle Gardens?
The most useless boarding ramp ever.
Right there.
Every train on this line has level boarding. They don't need that.
Yeah, they don't need it. It's been trapped. Look, it's been trapped.
I know, it's so useless. They know they can just hide it behind things.
Yeah, there you go. Fun fact.
How you...
Right, arriving in now with extremely bright headlights is going to be the 0940 Greater Anglia service from Great Yarmouth to Norwich. Formed of a 755. It's pretty much all you're going to see today is a day of 755s. It's 755 334. So it's going to be a 3-car. I think basically all of them are. I think there are some 2 cars, but I could be wrong. And there goes 755334, the 0940 Greater Anglia service to Norwich, calling it Norwich only. So the next train will be our train, the 0943 service to Great Yarmouth, and we're going to take it to Brundle Gardens twin station, Brundle. I know, just literally Brundle without the gardens. That's where we're going next. Right, here is our 0943 Greater Anglia service to Great Yarmouth, which we're taking to Brundle. Very nice station, I must say. Just on our last notes before we leave, as we now head further, just a little bit further on the Wherry Lines to Brundle. 755 422 on this one. Update you when we reach Brundle. Okay, so we've now reached Brundle station, the twin station, as I like to call it now, because we've done Brundle Gardens. Again, Greater Anglia station sign, and this station has a level crossing in between the 2 platforms, so they are staggered. So that means you do have to cross the tracks to be able to get to the other side. Again, this is also the junction for where both sections of the Wherry line will leave each other. So to Great Yarmouth and to Lowestoft. So yes, More in a minute. But this station is generally served by the hourly Norwich Great Yarmouth services. That's basically about it. Maybe in the peak it will be Lowestoft as well, but it's Great Yarmouth mostly. Update you soon. Right, so now here at Brundall, and this is its little community garden with a very interestingly drawn picture of a steam train. So what is there to say? It's well looked at. It must look really nice in the summer, but at the moment it looks a bit overgrown, just a little bit. But it looks like they want to turn this station into a jungle. So if they do, then I'm all up for that.
Brundle the jungle.
That's Cam's acknowledgement. Cam, what are we renaming this station to?
We're renaming this one Brundle Jungles.
Brundle Jungles. And actually, we had Brundle Gardens earlier. And what was your suggestion as well?
Brundle Car Parks.
Or Brundle Allotments.
Brundle Boats.
Brundle Docks.
Brundle Docks. Yeah, we'll do that.
Boats.
But no, we're going to call it Brundle Jungles.
Yeah, Brundle Jungle.
Because this might turn into a jungle if it's overgrows it any more than what it already does. So yes, Brundle Jungles.
Brundle no signal.
Is that as well? Welcome to Norfolk. Anyway, so the station building looks rather old, it must be said. Bricks and mortar, so as standard really. But like I say, you have to cross the tracks over here to be able to access the other platform. You can do that, or you can just cross the footbridge, but if you want to feel brave, you can cross the level crossing and on the side, obviously, where you don't get hit by an oncoming car. But yes, it's please keep Brundle railway station litter free and user bins provided. It also has a picture of a train that doesn't look like anything that ever runs in this country, so yes, very good. Also outside is a marine equipment store. Now Ellie here works for a golf equipment store. Yeah. So you've got a rival here.
They're not as good.
No?
Nah.
You know, it's marine equipment, not golf.
Their store's too small, they don't have the stock.
You know what you should do?
And that typeface is...
You should combine and introduce a brand new game called water golf. It'd be equivalent to water polo, except with golf clubs in the water that float.
Okay.
Now where would they land is the question.
We'd have to figure that one out.
I don't like the typeface.
Bermuda Triangle, that's the answer. So, in conclusion, before we leave, this station is very nice. I quite like it. Brundle Garden is still my favourite so far. But yes. Correction, by the way, all services stop here, including the Lowestoft ones. So, yes.
Yes!
So yeah, Cam's developed this posh accent as well. How does it go?
Yes, quite.
There we go. You might hear that throughout the video at points. You never know. Anyway, so yeah, we're going to move on to our next station now, which we're going to introduce to you when we get there because it's rather interesting. But we won't. And there's Scooby-Doo. Right. Anyway, we'll update you soon. Okay, now arriving in is going to be the 1014 Greater Anglia service from Norwich to Lowestoft. Level crossing now going down. And Ellie is vibing to the level crossing. On this one is going to be 755 334 again, the one we saw earlier. Right, so this one is going to Lowestoft, so we will take this one over to the next station, which you'll find out when we... Right guys, so there goes 755334 and welcome to Buckenham station. Goodness me, look at this place.
We missed a passing train.
Yeah, we did. Fuming. Anyway, welcome to Buckenham. This station is middle of nowhere. Look at it. Desolate land.
Hooray.
But the station is also in someone's garden.
Buckenham, or like Buckenware.
Yeah, Buckenham, good name. Yeah, this station is in someone's garden. Now, for legal reasons, I'm not going to show that footage. But anyway, what I will do is just say this station is literally a house. It's quite incredible, really. Now, subject to what you might think, there is actually 2 platforms here. Where do you think the other one is? Mystery. Yeah, it's all the way down there. Right on the other side. It's a bit crazy. So, you two, your thoughts?
Where are we?
Thought so.
What?
Just what? Yeah, I'm the same. Yeah, so this station factually has 1 train a day to Lowestoft and 1 train a day to Norwich. However, on a Sunday, there are 4 trains in each direction, weirdly enough. So this is one of those really weird stations that gets actually a better train service on a Sunday compared to every other day of the week. So Sunday service is actually better than every other service. That's so weird. As you do, yeah, literally. This station is also near to an RSPB reserve, as you can see by the branded signage over here. But yes, that is Buckenham done. So it's time for a pun, guys. You two got to buck up your ideas.
I got one.
Gonna commit headlamp.
Yeah, you can commit headlamp. Anyway, so yeah, I had to say that. It's terrible, I know. Right, next stop for us. We're actually going to walk now, so we're going on a walking adventure to go over to Cantley. So we'll update you soon. This station is done and dusted. Right, I'm not joking, you guys. This is actually a house. This is somebody's front door. I'm not going to knock on it, and we're not going to run away because we're not pranksters like that. But what was it you spotted in the window over there? There's someone's living room in there. I'm not going to show it because that would be weird.
Yeah.
But there is someone's living room in there. The front door here. This is actually a weirdest place I've ever seen.
We're on the porch.
So basically, if you live here, and so say Cam lived here. Please use Cam as an example. Cam, if I said to you, what's your local station?
My house.
Very nice.
It is. I wouldn't think that. It's absolutely
1 train a day though, so you know. How do you feel? 1 train a day?
it's dead.
Yes, it is dead. Right, off to Cantley. Okay, we've now, after quite a long walk, we've now reached Cantley station. So let's have a look at the station again. You can see it's quite a big level crossing that is in between. There's also some power plants or something. It looks like an incinerator of some description. Maybe it's a sugar factory. There we go. Right, walking up here. So this is Cantley station. Looks quite nice actually. You know, we'll have a look at it a bit more in depth in a minute. Right, so here we are. This is Cantley station. It's very, very tidy, it must be said. There is also a flower bed that's made up of an old boat, which is quite nice. This is the station as a whole. It is actually really pretty. I'm a big fan of this one. A lot of them have got the new departure screens, which is also really, really good. They've, you know, despite these stations being so rural and in so many little areas, they've actually done a good bit of work with this station. So yeah, again on the Wherry Lines, and again had the Greater Anglia signage, which is good because Buckenham didn't have that, but Cantley does. So yeah, update you soon with more. Right, so just let you know the next plan. So the next station we're going to go visit is Reedham, which is the next station along. Now I am well aware there is 2 Reedham stations in the UK. One of them is on Southern's network and the other one is here in Norfolk. So we're going to the one in Norfolk, so we're definitely not on Southern's network right now. But yeah, very nice station. I will ask this for you two. Your thoughts?
Very nice.
Yeah? It's a yes.
There's no signal though.
Still no signal?
Still no signal.
I have signal.
I have signal too.
Yes.
Cam's just conceded defeat. Right, so we are going to now leave boat station and we're going to head over to Reedham. We'll update you when the train arrives. Okay, arriving in now is the delayed, slightly delayed 11:52 Greater Anglia service to Great Yarmouth. This one is the once a day Berney Arms caller. We are not going to Berney Arms today, and more on that later in the series, but for now 755422 is going to take us to Reedham, the next station. Update you when we get to Reedham. So there goes 755422 heading out on the slight delay 11:58 Greater Anglia service to Great Yarmouth via Berney Arms. So yeah, this is Reedham station. Quite nice actually. Very pretty little station, but we'll update you more on that in a minute. So with this station, Reedham, there's a built-in, quite old station building. We're on platform 1 at the moment, which is used for Norwich, services. As you can see with the railway track, it sort of zigzags a little bit as it approaches into platform 1, but going into platform 2, it doesn't do it. It doesn't zigzag at all. So yeah, and the view out from the station is actually really nice, which seems to be the case with a lot of these stations in Norfolk. So yes, as you go outside the station, you'll see that it's got its basic car parking facilities, but it's just the old building that does it for me. It's really quite nice. Let's have a look at it. So there's the entrance to the station. Obviously only a small place again. But yeah, it's this old building. I think again, I could be mistaken, I think it's, no, it's a it's quite a big house, but I think it's also, I don't know, it's either someone's house or it's just a station building, someone lets it out. But I think again it's another house, which is really interesting because a lot of these stations seem to just be well, built in with houses. Seems to be the Norfolk way. Anyway, so yeah, as I will always say with this station, Norfolk stations are really, really nice. I've actually rated them a lot so far. Yeah, that's about it really. We're going to head over to the next station, which is going to be Haddiscoe, where we are actually going to get a bus and we're going to meet up with the line at Great Yarmouth. But before we do that, obviously we're going to get the train. Obviously before we finish up here, you two, your thoughts?
Very good.
Very good. It's a big yes from you. Anything in particular you like?
I don't know.
There's not much here, is there?
Yeah, no.
Other than the nice house.
I like the trains.
I like the trains too.
Yes. The gap. The gap, you know?
The gap.
Yes.
Mind the gap.
Yes, and this isn't called a zigzag, by the way. That's called a slough.
A slough. It looks like a zigzag.
Yeah, but when they move a truck over like this, it's called a slough.
A slough. So it's a slough that goes into platform 1.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's the Norwich bound platform. Okay, so next stop for us is Haddiscoe. We'll update you when we get on the train. Okay, arriving in now is going to be, I believe to be the 1212 Greater Anglia service from Lowestoft to Norwich. It's 755327. We'll see this one go out in a minute. And going out now is going to be the 12:11 service to Norwich. Service will call next at Cantley, followed then by Brundall, Brundall Gardens and Norwich. I think it's going anyway. Or maybe not. Is it going to go? Please go. Update you in a minute then. Every time 755327 goes out there, every time I do it, I will never ever do that again now. I keep saying I'll update you when it goes, because I waited for several seconds for it to, you know, not go, and then all of a sudden I turn the clip off and it goes. Oh goodness, makes me sad. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna head over to Haddiscoe next. We'll update you when our train arrives. Okay, now arriving is going to be the 12:24 Greater Anglia service to Lowestoft from Norwich. And this service will take us to Haddiscoe, which is 755408. We'll update you when we reach Haddiscoe. So there goes 755408, departing out, heading over to Lowestoft from Norwich. So that was the, what I believe to be the 12:33 at Greater Anglia service to Norwich, to Lowestoft. So this is Haddiscoe. Now this station's actually quite remarkable, because look at one platform compared to the other. Oh goodness, it looks tiny.
Great.
It does look tiny, doesn't it?
Great. Can't stop there, surely. Really?
That was very late. Anyway, so yeah, that's interesting. One platform is this big. How does that work?
That's what he said.
How does that work? It doesn't, that's the thing. So this station is, again, generally hourly service to Lowestoft that stops here at Haddiscoe. Like I say, after you leave, oh, which station is it? Yeah, after you leave Reedham, you have the junction which takes you to Berney Arms and Great Yarmouth, or you have the line that continues on to Lowestoft from here. Now, a bit of a disclaimer, so there are two more stations on this line which we have not visited, barring obviously Lowestoft, which we will end up at later. Somerleyton and Alton Broad North. Now, a word on those, they're not being done today. Reason being is just due to the fact that Somerleyton is one train every 2 hours. Alton Broad North, they're just it just wouldn't work, because it's a little bit awkward with service by the time because obviously we would do it, but due to the replacement bus issue at Ingatstone, we do have to time it right so we can get back into London at a reasonable time, or at least, you know, before the next day at least. So what we're doing instead is we're going to get we're going to go from here on a bus to Great Yarmouth, and we're going to cover Great Yarmouth, Lingwood and Acle, and then finish at Lowestoft. So yes, that's the plan. Anyway, so this is Haddiscoe. Like I say, massive platform this side, absolutely tiny one the other side. Don't know how that works, don't ask me, just question railway logic as usual, because we always do. Yeah, that is Haddiscoe done. The next station for us is Great Yarmouth. Yeah. Okay, right, I think I've been able to figure this out. There's a disused platform. and if you look beyond it, it looks like it finishes and then another platform opens up. So obviously, whether there was an sort of a consistent platform in between the two is anyone's guess. I don't think there was, because obviously there's a pathway across to the other platform. So I'm led to believe that they used to connect it to this platform and then they moved it to that side. For whatever reason, they made it smaller, which in my opinion is a bit crazy. So in essence, they made a big platform, they closed it, and then they opened a smaller one.
Yes.
Any reason, like what?
So I think that would have been when British Rail really heavily rationalised in the 60s.
Ah,
So
yes.
Trains that were a locomotive and 4 or 5 coaches went down to a 2-car DMU.
I see. Yeah. That makes more sense now. Okay, well there we go. Anyway, you two, thoughts on this station?
Yes.
Very nice. Yes. Good. What's the best so far?
Ah.
Tricky.
Great name. Ah.
Yes, my favourite thing.
Right, we'll update you soon. Off to Great Yarmouth next. Right, so we've now made it to Great Yarmouth station, but before we go in, we've noticed we walked over this former rail bridge. So as you can see, part of it is pretty much cordoned off now, and as you can see, obviously the suspended pillars over here would, sorry, bag fell off. Suspended pillars, rail tracks would go over that. You can see the water beneath it. Something worth noting is also there are former rail tracks here. Not rail tracks themselves, but you know, parts of them, which have now just been built into the ground, but ultimately you can see where it led up to. So that's pretty cool. A really nice little addition to walk over, a little bit of history. Now, this station is the terminus of the other section of the Wherry Lines. So as you know, we are visiting both of the terminuses today, so Great Yarmouth and Lowestoft.
Oh, Jesus,
but our next plan is to get the 3 stations on this bit, which are in this order: Great Yarmouth, Lingwood and Acle. And once we've done them, we will be off to visit the final station of the day, which is Lowestoft.
Exciting.
So there's the entrance. It's obviously, it looks rather coastal. But we're going to go inside and we'll update you when we're on the platform. So we're now in the concourse of Great Yarmouth. This looks really nice actually, although it looks like it's slightly run down. As you can see, it almost acts as like a little market almost. Well, it could well be, but it's not. It's got a cafe there. It's closed, and that's about it. Everything else is just railway related things, except for this bit here. Guys, would you like to see a train made out of sand? Here you go. It is a Class 755 made out of sand. It's happening. Guess what? It's already happened. For over 2 years now.
4 years now?
4 years. 755 is about 4 years old. Yes, they are, aren't they? There is a 66 there as well. There's an RHTT here.
So 6.25 minutes until our train.
Yes. So yeah, Great Yarmouth sand train. You can't touch it though, because
No touch. Do not sand train.
What do we not do?
We do not the sand train.
We do not the sand train. You heard it here first. Cam J. Kerman strictly telling everyone.
Do not. Just don't.
What happens if they do?
Terrible things.
Unimaginable things.
The last person to the sand train was never seen again.
Quicksand. Right, anyway. We'll update you very soon.
Quick shot.
Of course we have a 66 here, so I guess we see something else other than flirts. It's a 66428 looking absolutely filthy, which means only one thing: it's on an RHTT. I imagine it's top and tailing with another one, whichever one that is. So 428 has the nameplate of Carlisle Eden Mind. So there it is. Absolutely filthy, because you know it's been trying to improve the rail adhesion everywhere. But yes, this is the RHTT equipment. So essentially, you've seen them go past. They spray out liquid onto the tracks to avoid slippery rails and to make the grip on trains a lot better so that they don't slip and they don't get cancelled or delayed and cause mass disruption, especially with this time of year. The other one is 66 108, so there we go. Right outside the station is a Mackey's, as well as an Asda and a Premier Inn and a Brewers Fayre. My fare. And by the way, this is a DRS 66 as well, so even better. But it's filthy, so you can only see the logo, the blue a bit, and then it all goes filthy again. The 755-412 is our train, and we're going to take this to Lingwood. We'll update you when we get there. Great Yarmouth done. So off goes 755-412 there, heading out on what I believe to be the 1433 Greater Anglia service from Great Yarmouth to Norwich. So welcome to what I believe is the only one platform station we've actually been to today, which is Lingwood. Now this station is on a single track section in between Brundall and Acle. Acle is a passing loop. Lingwood is the only single track station on the line. Part of the Wherry Lines, of course, as you know. Also advertises the Broads National Park. This station, again, right in the centre of a neighbourhood, and a house built into it again. So yeah, interesting. But yeah, it's generally hourly service. This is Great Yarmouth and Norwich that serve it. So yes, update you more soon. This is Lingwood, not Blingwood. Lingwood. Bling. So something I've noticed here, this station is looked after by Friends of Lingwood Station, and because it is, they've put a couple of bits of railway memorabilia here. So obviously there's a news article saying what they did. I think it was a couple. They've won Anglian Bloom, so a flowers competition. They've won the Station Adopters Award for Greater Anglia. There's obviously a picture of Mallard over there. There's also a very old first class toilet sign, and also real enthusiast disease. The condition is not fatal. Oh goodness.
I'm diseased.
My granddad has.
We're all diseased apparently, although that's kind of, I guess, true in a way. But yeah, they've won Best Station Award from multiple occasions: 91, 1991, 1993. 2009, 2021, they've won loads, and 2008 and 2013, they've won loads here. This very, very impressive accolades for this station. But yeah, so this station is an award winner. We'll call this station Oscar after the awards. Not really, we'll call it Lingwood. We'll call it Lingwood. Anyway, I'll update you soon. The next station for us is Acle. So a very quick little insight. We did this last week, but we're going to look at Greater Anglia's network route map now and see what I haven't done, which is basically the majority of it. Basically everything up to, so I know a few of them on the West Anglia I've done, including where are we going to go? Tottenham Hale, River Cheshunt, Harlow Town, everything between up there to Bishop Stortford. That's the Mount Fitch and East could be come back to. Everything here from Stansted Airport over to Cambridge has been done. Also everything between Cambridge and Ely, and not King's Lynn yet though. King's Lynn needs to be done. So does this line. Shippey Hill's been done, Brandon's been done, but the rest of them haven't yet, so that'll be interesting. Basically the entire line to Sheringham. Obviously now Great Yarmouth's done. The line to Lowestoft's being done. Everything towards Ipswich needs to be done. Felixstowe. Basically everything I haven't mentioned needs to be done. There's a lot. There's some obviously like mainline, like Chelmsford, Hatfield, Peveril. Sorry, Chelmsford, Shenfield, Whittam, Braintree have been done. Sudbury branch has been done. Colchester Town's been done. Hythe and Wivenhoe have been done. and I believe the line to Clacton-on-Sea through Thorpe-le-Soken's been done, but a couple of them haven't been done yet. So yeah, that's give you an idea. The rest of it I haven't done yet. So that's the Greater Anglia update, which isn't actually that big. Right, here's the 1451 Greater Anglia service from Norwich to Great Yarmouth, which we're taking to Acle. Speaking of Acle, my feet ache. That's a terrible joke again, I'm very sorry. 755419. I'll take you when we get to Acle. So there goes 755419, and off that one goes, heading over to Great Yarmouth only. So this is Acle. This is the passing loop on the section of the Wherry Lines, which heads over to Great Yarmouth. This is where the trains meet, although funnily enough there's no trains meeting up, so there you go. There's your answer. But generally speaking, probably in like the peak time when it's a half hourly, this is where they will meet. Right, sorry, clip cut. Might have stopped it by accident. Anyway, so yeah, this station's very nice. It's obviously got quite an older footbridge, and as I was saying earlier, this is generally in the peak time, every half an hour. This is probably where they meet. So yes, the station as well, this one isn't necessarily built into a house, which is different. It's got a nice old station building and looks a little bit, oh no, hang on, no, there is a house, ignore me, there is a house right over there. Okay, the theme continues. But yeah, the station's obviously been looked after very, very well, and but I think it's a station cottage. It's like a little bit of accommodation that's outside here. This one here, self-catering accommodation. It's a bit like a guest house, really. Yeah, and out here is obviously the entrance, so you exit here at Acle and you can go into the village on the right. So it's a fairly straightforward station, and you can actually get to Lowestoft from here, which is where we're going to be finishing the video and where we're heading now. Now today's video obviously isn't as long as I wanted it to be. It's probably going to be a fairly reasonable length, but the problem is that obviously because of the engineering works at Newbury Park, between Liverpool Street and Ingatstone, it means that our time here has been a bit limited, but we've managed to get as much done as possible, which is actually a lot, so I'm happy with that. So it's time to head to Lowestoft on the X1. So we're going to bus it for about an hour and a bit, so we get a nice break. But yeah, this is Acle done. Self-explanatory question just for Cam and Elle.
Me?
Your thoughts on this station?
Yes.
It's a big yes?
It's very nice. I do really like it.
That's good. It's got self-catering accommodation over there, right built into the station on that door over there. So, Elle, do you like it?
Yeah.
What's Elle looking
I
at?
was doing the wick test.
Oh, you're doing the wick test?
But only to Peterborough.
Oh. So Ellie's doing the wick test, which basically means that buying the most expensive ticket, which apparently only costs 304 quid. I don't think that's quite right.
No, that's Peterborough.
Oh, it's Peterborough.
Yeah.
Oh well. Well, one day we'll show you guys the wick test, but it won't be now.
Ah, wick.
But we'll show you. We'll show you next time, just because we're a bit short for time. But that's Acle done, and the final station, Lowestoft. So, like many stations, this one has an Amazon locker. Also, fun fact: this station is haunted. But the interesting thing to know is that don't worry, because the ghost pretty friendly, so it's all right. Right, so it turns out we can do the wick test because they've actually just finished it. This is the wick test. So what they've done is they've done Acle to Wick, not via London, anytime return first class for 10 adults. Right, 10 adults. The cost?
Press here to pay now, and then it'll show you.
£6,290. Now it does vary from the station you actually go from, but we tried it with Acle and that's how much, so cough up £6 now. I'm joking. Right, off we go. Now we're going to Lowestoft, I promise.
Which is going to cost a lot less.
Which is going to cost a lot less than that. So I'll update you soon.
Yeah.
Right, so we just reached Lowestoft. This is Lowestoft bus station, very quickly. So, as you can see, to walk in here, got a few bits, a few E400s. We just got off this one, which is just parked up at the moment. It's a bit narrow in here, but it looks like their Christmas lights are on as well. There is a Gemini, just on the opposite side, and another E400 in there. Basically the Coast Link bus station, if you want to call it that. As you can see, it's not much, it's literally just a bunch of bus shelters all culminated into one. So yeah, basically this. But I thought I'd show you, because you know, and there is literal moving death, but otherwise, there we go. Right, onwards to the station, where we'll finish today's video. We'll update you soon. So as we waltz on down there, over there is Lowestoft station. We're about to walk into it and finish up the video there, because we're going to catch a train from there back to Ipswich. So we're going on the East Suffolk line, except not getting off at any stations on the East Suffolk line. But we might as well, because it's a quicker way to get back onto the main line. So we are going to do that. We'll get onto Lowestoft station platform and then we'll introduce it and go from there. Update you in a minute. Right, here we are at Lowestoft station. We're about to walk into the big entrance here. There's a cycle rack right next to it. Here we've got a 755 which is heading over to Norwich shortly. We're heading over to Ipswich even. I can't talk. This is going to be the 1706 service to Ipswich. So a very quick word before we head off. Just introducing the station very quickly before we go. And thank you for watching today's video. So if we walk up here, we'll get a very quick picture of Lowestoft. As you can see, a terminus station on the line which goes towards Ipswich, the East Suffolk line, and also the line to Norwich. So yes, here's the platforms. Don't have a lot of time, unfortunately. We better get going. I'll do an outro on the train in a minute, but here is the big concourse area as well. It's a bit bare at the moment, but 3 platforms. Yeah, Lowestoft done. As you can see, we are now here on the Flirt 755 heading over to Ipswich. One last thing to obviously do just before we finish up, and we'll probably pass it, but we are going to do it anyway, is the Flirt dust test, and we're going to see if it passes or fails.
That'll fail.
Elle, would you like to be honest?
I'll give it a go. Okay, it passed.
It did pass quite comfortably. Does that mean Flirt's a superior?
Ipswich, we will be calling
That was never in doubt.
It was never in doubt.
Brampton,
So it passed the dust test, there you go.
Barsham,
Thank you for watching this episode of Every Platform.
Melton, Woodbridge, and
If you have liked what you've seen, do like and subscribe, and do leave in the comments because we'll get back to them as and when I can. And any recommendations, do leave those in the comments. It's been a
if you see something that
really good day today, isn't it?
Did
you agree?
Or text
It's been
British
fun.
Transport Police
And now we're on a Flirt again.
Yes, we are.
61016.
Heading over to Ipswich.
We'll sort it.
Time to get to Ingatstone and replace the bus sit back over to Newbury Park, and then sleep. Me and Elle need a lot of sleep after today.
Food and sleep.
And then again, guys, I say it at the start, give us at least a little bit of credit, because all of us were up at least 3 o'clock this morning. Cam didn't sleep. Me and Elle got about 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
So, but we all did it in favour of coming to Norfolk, and it's been worth every second. It's been an absolutely brilliant day. We've all enjoyed ourselves.
Yeah.
And here's to next week. Elle's going to be back with me next week as we're in Scotland again. We're going to go to Ayrshire this time.
Yes.
And we're going to complete probably one of the most awkward railway lines in Scotland, the line to Stranraer, but also doing some other bits as well. But I'll update you more on that when the video comes out for that. Thanks for watching, guys, and yeah, see you soon. Bye.
Bye.